Hello and welcome, Million Mom Movement community. I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Stephanie Dawn. I'm the chair of the Million Mom Movement. I may have a green mustache because I've got my green shake here. So if I do, hopefully I'm in good community with that. So we gather together here every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard to come together in community to do what I like to say, speak truth to power. Currently, we're focusing on a letter writing campaign to General Mills. General Mills are the makers of Cheerios. And what we know about Cheerios, and hopefully you all have seen this PDF, Glyphosate Unsafe on Any Plate. What's in this PDF is the information that led me to how it was that I was able to heal my son Zephyr. Cheerios has the highest parts per billion of glyphosate of all products tested in 2016 in that specific report. And my boy was really sick for many years. He ate Cheerios for many years, first 7-8 years of his young life. And consequently, when I found out that there was that amount of glyphosate on his beloved cereal, I took that cereal out of our pantry. And this was before I'd found Purium. About a year or so later, he was having severe gut issues again. And I was like, now what? And so turns out he was eating non-organic Trader Joe's wheat bagels. And what we know now is that, not just oats, but legumes and wheat and apples, oranges, almonds, you name it, glyphosate is being used all around the United States and in Canada and in the EU. And so it's everywhere, it's ever present, it's omnipresent, and it's in us all. It's in our mother's milk, it's in our urine, it's in beer, it's in wine, it's everywhere. So with Zephyr, though, coming back to my son, he's my youngest boy. At that point, I was a brand partner with Purium, and we had Biomedic. So I took the wheat bagels out of his diet. I took anything else that would exacerbate his gut out of his diet, corn, sugar, and I gave him our Biomedic. Now, Biomedic, hopefully you all know, is an incredible product that we have here that removes glyphosate from the body. So within a week's time, Zephyr's body was restored to normal, and he's been taking Biomedic ever since, as well as now he enjoys the Epigenus kids. So that's the good news. That's the good news, is that I was able to heal my boy. But here's what I know, and this is why I wanted us to come together every Friday. There are so many moms, dads, caregivers, grandparents, babysitters that have no idea that glyphosate is all over Cheerios. And it's not just Cheerios, right? It's all over Cheez-Its, it's all over Goldfish, and these are beloved snacks that our kids are eating every day in the US. So I'm here to sound the alarm with all the moms in the Million Mom Movement to number one, talk to your friends, talk to your sisters, your brothers, your colleagues, the people in your community, your teachers when we're back in school, to let them know that what they're feeding our children is compromised. And then beyond that, if you're joining us here for the first time, what I'd love for you to do is put your email into the chat box, and our intrepid and amazing operations manager, Rachel Quayle, who's here with us today, and there's many other council members here with us today too that I'd love to introduce you to. Go ahead and put your email in the chat box, and what we will do is we will send you a template letter to send to General Mills that I wrote that shares the story, my story of Zephyr, which you can keep in or create your own story, make it your own, It also includes the PDF that is so indicting around how much glyphosate is on American food and snack products in the US. And I want you to send that to General Mills. I want you to mail it, snail mail it. I want you to email it. And I absolutely am asking you and inviting you to hit up their social media, their Instagram and their Facebook professional profiles and get into conversations with them there. I've been doing that. And, you know, they have a party line, really. I'm not quite sure what else to call it. They have basically a stock response for me and people like me that is very concerning, in my opinion. And I asked to actually speak with someone and I never got a reply. So I'm not letting up. I'm going to persevere, and what we're asking them to do is to go glyphosate free. There is a glyphosate free label that they could be aspiring towards by stopping spraying glyphosate and starting to heal the soil, really. I mean, for those of you who are organic freaks like me, there's a lot of soil remediation that has to happen with a soil that has been drenched in pesticides for years and years and years. So we'd love for them to go organic, but if they can just be glyphosate free, then that would be a huge win. And what we know is that Kellogg's is doing that. And so we're like, why don't you best Kellogg's and go glyphosate free before Kellogg's? Kellogg's, what was it, 2025? And, you know, I was all excited, yay, 2025. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not soon enough. That is not soon enough. Like, what are you doing right now? Right now. That's what needs to happen. We all need to be outraged. And we want to express that outrage with, we want to temper it. You know, we don't want to boycott. I think the days of boycotting are over. I think we want to educate people. We want to educate them and inspire them. So we're here in Earth Day week. Thank you so much for setting aside some of your precious time to be here with us today. This is an important week for Purium. This is an important week for many of us who have been longtime activists like myself. You know, Earth Day is every day is what I like to say. But this week, Purium, if you're not a Purium brand partner, I want to encourage you to get with the person that invited you to be here and find out more about what we're up to and why it matters. And before I say anything more about some of the events that are going on today, I just want to go ahead and introduce my council. So I'm not alone here. I'm the chair of the Million Mom Movement Council, and my council members are here in the form of Naeva Flory. She is our incredible social media maven. She's the one that does all the incredible stories on Facebook and Instagram, and she posts regularly and really shares so much of what she knows as an activist mom. Naeva was one of the first women that I ever connected with because of the Million Mom Movement when I joined Purium, and I was so inspired by her, by you. I'll talk to you, Naeva, so inspired by you, continue to be inspired by you, and just your awareness, your consciousness, and your, you know, you're fierce. You're fierce. You're fiercely showing up and sharing what you know. And that's what I want us all to do. So when you see what Naeva's putting out there, share it. Share it to your stories. Repost it. And, you know, educate our friends that are continuing to eat the Cheez-Its and the goldfish and the Cheerios. I'd also like to introduce Rebecca Johns. She's currently not on, I think she's driving. So she's also in our Million Mom Movement Council. So glad you're here today, Rebecca. And then we also have, is Taz here still? There you are. Taz is our brand new member of the council. Welcome, Taz. I'd love to have you come on and hear your voice. Yeah, please.
Hi.
Hi, it's so good to have you, and it's so great to meet you and to have you just join us with this incredible movement. What would you like to say to some of the field here, my dear?
Well, you know, this is a really important movement, and I feel as like I've been saying this for years, like as women, we are the head of the households, okay? So once we change, our whole family changes. We change our kids, we change our husbands, we change friends, we change everyone around us, you know? So we need to take our power and do good with it because we have so much power.
Yes, yes, we do.
Just the buying, as you say, Cheerios, like that is, it's massive.
Yep, it absolutely is. So we have a special day today, and we have a special weekend actually. And so, but what I want to share with you today, if you're not already aware, we are screening the incredible documentary called Poisoning Paradise, directed and produced by Keeley, Shay, Brosnan, and executive produced by her husband, Pierce Brosnan. And this is a gift to us all, truly. I've been wanting to watch this movie for years, and I'm really excited. I've invited my mom over. We're gonna make the spirulina dusted popcorn, organic popcorn, and we're gonna be screening it today here on Bainbridge Island, where I live in Washington State. And so what I wanted to share with you today is I wanted to share with you the trailer. So I'm gonna share my screen, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit more about what else is going on this weekend. So here we go.
In the late 1980s, policymakers in both Hawaii and Washington started conversations about making Hawaii a center of biotechnology research.
They don't grow food in these fields. They experiment with seeds and pesticides.
We have the highest number of open-air field test sites of anywhere in the nation.
Chemical companies are experimenting in Hawaii using pesticides that are banned in Europe.
The federal government has granted Syngenta and Pioneer the right to test pesticides here on this island.
They're exercising this corporate profit over the welfare of the people.
Feeding the world was always a greenwashing of a technology whose aim was to sell more chemicals.
Multinational seed producers use the county to research and develop new seed varieties.
Basically, they're contaminating the land and they're going to contaminate the water, and it's just not sustainable.
Just dumping copious amounts of poisons and chemicals next to our schools, streams, all these waterways.
Nobody knows what these chemicals will do to humans. They've never been tested. Nobody has ever proven them safe.
Experimentation without informed consent is a high-level taboo.
This is a huge guinea pig experiment, and it's clearly a violation of the Nuremberg Code.
We live in a world today where there's absolute conflict of interest between government and the corporations, and that conflict is never disclosed.
Any technology which needs secrecy and hiding has already proven there's something wrong.
People my age are really starting to stand up. They've done their homework.
You would think from looking at these rebuttals that this was an isolated local group of activists creating problems. But the real truth is this debate about environmental toxins in general and pesticides specifically is raging around the world.
It has been people's movements that have always changed the world. It hasn't been the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, or the Labor Party. It's been people recognizing that they are the ones who change the world.
Okay, so if you weren't aware of what's going on, oops, sorry, it just goes right into the next.
We are facing a historic
Hold
vote
on,
tomorrow,
you guys, 1 second.
on yet another bill. You saw 25 failed.
There's Keeley Shay. So Keeley Shay Brosnan, that's the director of the film, the documentary, award-winning, as you can see. So we got big work to do in the world, and Naiva is on Kauai. She's on the island of Kauai. Naiva, I'd love to hear from you about, how you're feeling about everything that's going on in Kauai in general, and then how you're feeling about the screening of this film today.
Hey, aloha everyone. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the opportunity. And yeah, every time I watch it, it just hits so close to home because even when I watched the full Poisoning Paradise last week, I had not ever watched the whole video. I had started it several times and never made it to the end. And I actually know many of the people that are in the video. They're my neighbors. They are the farms next door. They are the activists down the street from me. And so we were actually there at many of those marches against Monsanto here on the island. And something that they did is that they actually convinced a lot of the Hawaiian employees on the west side of the island that their life depended on these agrochemical farms, and that if they stopped working for Monsanto, Bayer, DuPont, and Pioneer, that they would literally be jobless and unhireable, and they threatened them. And so many of the Hawaiian people here, even though it's harming their health, it's causing birth defects, it's causing all kinds of ailments and illnesses, they still stood by these chemical companies. And so it's so sad to watch them fight for something that was actually destroying their family, their livelihood, and their health. And so fast forward, I watched the entire video last week and found out that I thought we had completely banned them from the island of Kauai. And I found out that we didn't. We went all the way to Congress, and then they vetoed it and threw it out. So all of those companies are still currently on the west side of our island. What we did accomplish to do is we accomplished to get them to give a 200-foot border around schools and hospitals. That's ridiculous, you guys. They had corn growing up to the back door of the 2 only hospitals we have on this island, and every single school is surrounded by GMO corn or soy or other seed crops, and sprayed heavily on a daily basis or weekly basis. What we were fighting for was to know what they're spraying and when they're spraying, so that we could take our families away from that side of the island or not visit that side of the island when it was happening, or that people that lived in the neighborhoods could actually remove themselves, since the companies weren't going to stop using those pesticides. And they turned that down. They won't even let us know what they're spraying and when they're spraying. And so this hits really close to home, because I live in a part of the island where we are GMO free, and it's all organic farms. And I have a neighbor that sprays glyphosate down our street every single week. And the worst part, you guys, is that we're on a watershed. So not only is he spraying it on his property, it's washing, when it rains, it washes down our entire property where we live. So this hits really close to home. I'm somebody that grew up on the Hawaiian Islands. My mom is very passionate about organic farming and eating. You know, she's always gone the extra mile to find the organic version of food that she wanted to purchase. And she wouldn't ever compromise, you guys. Like, if there wasn't an organic version of what she wanted, she just wouldn't purchase it that day. Like, if there wasn't an organic bread on the shelf, we weren't going to have bread that day. And that's how my mom is. Like, she is hardcore, all organic. And so that's just how I was raised. And so anyways, yeah, this hits really close to home. I'm really excited for everybody to watch this video, because I feel like it's so important for us all to learn together about how crazy these companies are. First of all, how they just bully people into doing whatever they want. And, you know, the power that they have over our food supply is very scary, you guys. So I am just really happy everybody's here today. I'm excited for everybody to be on this mission with us and to watch this video and get an even more in-depth look at what's happening with our food supply. And yeah, I'm excited to see this video again with you guys all today.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Neva. I'm so glad you were able to be here today. And it's really, you know, it's impactful to hear your story from ground zero, really, and how it's affecting you and your family. And I'm, you know, I'm so inspired. I'm really inspired today. As upset as I am to hear what's going on there still, Naiva, I'm inspired because hundreds of people are going to see that film today because of us, you guys, because of us, because of the Million Mom movement, because of brand partners. You as brand partners are taking this information out into the world. And that is our job. I mean, it's a big part of our job. You know, we also, obviously, we have incredible products that remove glyphosate from the body, Biomedic, and amazing detox products and incredible protocols that are life-changing. And of course, we want people to buy those products. But really what we want is we want people to raise their consciousness around organics. That is the overarching mission here. And to stop poisoning paradise. It doesn't matter if it's Kauai Maui, Bainbridge Island, Washington, you know, wherever you live, Los Angeles, California, wherever you find yourself, you know, it doesn't matter. What matters is we've got to stop poisoning Earth, period. That's what we're here to do, you know, is raise our voices, sound the alarm, speak truth to power, and change lives, change laws, change corporate decision making, okay? That's what Fierce Fridays exists for. So I'm so glad you're all here. We got 28, usually we have 50. I think we have less because we've got the virtual gathering happening this weekend. So everyone's like inviting people and prospecting, and it's an exciting weekend. We were all supposed to be together at Unconvention this weekend. It would have been my 4th year. And I'm sad that we're not there. I'm sad that I'm not with my son. It would have been his 4th year as well. And you know, these are strange times we're living in, but we're going to get through this, and we're finding a way to be together regardless is what we're doing. So we're having a virtual gathering all weekend long. We're having a superfood social tomorrow with Dave and Amy that starts at 1 o'clock. We've got the screening. Okay, let me just start with the screening today at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard. Okay, that's where we're screening Poisoning Paradise. The link is in the chat. Then we've got the 6 o'clock Biz Op with Dave and Amy, which is an incredible opportunity to hear the founders of our company share about what they care about, really. And that's about getting what we have to more people faster. And then we've got our Superfood Social with Dave and Amy tomorrow. And I'm excited. I've been asked to share my story tomorrow, so I'm excited to share. For those of you that don't know, I've lost 50 pounds using Purium products, and I'm now healing breast cancer naturally. So you're getting like the little pre-story. So I'll be talking a bit more about that tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we've got Dave Sandoval. Oh no, excuse me. Then what is it, like 5 o'clock? If somebody could put all the times in the chat, that would really help me. I think 5 o'clock on Saturday, we've got the talent show. And then I think 2 o'clock on Sunday is Dave Sandoval talking about products Q&A. And so it's a wonderful opportunity to listen to Dave. I learn something every time he speaks, and to actually ask questions. And then hopefully somebody can put the times here. That would be really huge. If somebody could grab that. Carmela, I didn't know you were here. We've got another brand partner, or excuse me, council member Carmela Velarde is here as well. Yay. Carmela, if you could grab, copy and paste the actual series of events and all the times while we're just chatting here for a moment, I'd love that. So I'd love to give you, any of you, an opportunity to raise your voice here in this gathering. I'd love to hear from you. If you're inspired, if you're angry, if you are have a question of me or the council, we're here to support you. Oh, right on. There it is. Thank you, Carmela. Sweet. Okay, sweet. It's all there for you all. Okay. So anyone have anything they'd like to share, or any questions, any comments? We'd love to hear your voice.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Moran, and I actually am not a mom myself, although my boyfriend does have 2 kids. And I run a nonprofit where I work with minority-owned food businesses. So I was actually hoping to get some information I could share with some of the moms I know, because pretty much all the chefs I work with are moms, and they're struggling financially right now. So I know a lot of this information is on the website, but I guess I'm just wanting to know more before I go ahead and share the resource that I heard about, that they can sign up for for like weekly or monthly boxes of organic food, and I'm not sure what the requirements of that are or what it entails.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you're talking about the scholarships, yeah?
Yeah. I think
Yeah. So we have scholarships on our website. You can go to www.millionmommovement.info and read all about the scholarships. Yeah. So the scholarships are an opportunity for a mom or a dad to start, or a caregiver to start a Purium business and to receive 6 months worth of superfoods. So a $2,500 plus gift from Purium. And we give 4 scholarships a month.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty amazing and very generous opportunity for those who are unable to afford superfoods or afford organic food to receive that. So yeah, does that answer your question, Moran?
Yeah, I think so. So any families. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the website now. Yeah. So is that a long-term commitment then to working for Purium, or how does that work?
Yeah, they become a brand partner, so they have to have a sponsor. And they have to have an upline diamond that can oversee them working the business. It's a business forward scholarship that also has superfood attached to it. We don't just want to give them the fish, we want to teach them how to fish and start a home-based business.
For sure. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. This is super amazing.
You're very welcome. Any other questions? And just so that you know, this is a half-hour Zoom. We only meet for a half hour. That the recording is a half hour. So we just come and we do our thing and then we're out. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to end the recording now, and I'll stay on for a few minutes longer if anyone has anything more they'd like to say.